Hello and welcome here to the Stocksbridge Park Steels YouTube channel commentary of Stocksbridge Park Steels versus FC United of Manchester. I am your commentator for this evening, Adam Allcroft. We are sponsored by Jason Rawson, carpet fitter and supplier. And we're here for what should be a very exciting pre-season friendly, the one that I think quite a few Steels fans have had circled in their diaries. FC United, one of the most famous non-league teams around, formed in protest of the Glazer takeover at Manchester United, something which looks smarter and smarter every day, considering it's their longest takeover that's been ever happening in Glazer's departure. And of course, they have a special part in Stockbridge's history as well. You have probably seen Jamie Vardy's incredible goal where he takes on about 5 different players before finishing. It's been used in about a million montages. That was against FC United at Glen, where they played for a while as they were getting themselves ready before they moved into their own ground. And now it's going to be, now we face them again. Obviously, it's been almost 9 years now since we last faced them. They've been pretty stable in step 3. We've been pretty stable in step 4. So we'll list the teams out for you now. So we'll start with Stocksbridge Park Steel team. So it's Henry Hampshire in goal, Bailey Ty Baker, Jack Dorman, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Luke Hogg, Curtis Turner, Alex O'Connor, Thomas Paul, Luke Rawson, Ifya Fabu. So the team just walk out in front of us now. The FC United team is Boys in goal, Pat Boyes, Fian, Coulton, Donahue, Oliver, Jones, a trialist, Munro, Bellado, Griffiths, and Barrow. And the FC United fans that have headed over the Pennines might have a few connection issues today, quite a lot of internet signals. We're having a bit of a busier crowd at the moment. Just seeing that FC United have put down that it's calm weather here at Stocksbridge. It will be rare if that sticks about. So, the referees here, got Lee Hibble inside that centre circle here today. Lee Hibble, one of our familiar referees for local friendlies like this. He's a fantastic referee here. Just going to go through the FC United team again because we actually have the full names now. So it's Pat Boyes in goal, then it's Czech Fiam, Lewis Colton, Michael Donahue, Charlie Oliver, Curtis Jones, a trialist, Charlie Munro, Nick Bellado, Luke Griffiths, and Keane Barrow. Stocksbridge have been unbeaten in pre-season so far, coming off a 3-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday last Friday night. We'll be wanting to continue that unbeaten pre-season, while when you talk to them, they'll tell you it doesn't really matter what happens now as long as everyone's ready for the start of the year, but it does help. So FC United just standing over the ball now. So, we're just getting Lee Hibble doing his final few checks at the moment. And here we go. So FC United kick the game off in the white shirt with a black and white badge on it, white shorts and white socks. A bit of an unusual kit for FC United, while Stocksbridge Park Steels will be kicking left to right in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks in from left to right. Ben Townsend just collects a long ball. That's gone into his box fairly aimlessly here now. Rolls down to Langton. Langton's going to send it long, looking for Rawson, but it's to left, but it's going to go all the way to Boys. Back out into central now defence for FC United. The FC United manager shouting orders out already, like an army marshal, with his soldiers out on the pitch here today. Goes back into the 6-yard box for the goalkeeper. FC United will be patient and try to play it back from defence here today. Here they're just looking for the pass, but Stocksbridge are pressing up here, trying to fill out the space in midfield. Mark Fretwell's back in charge here today for Stocksbridge. Ian Richards remains on holiday, if he's listening. Hello, Ian. If he's not, why aren't you listening, Ian? But it's Mark Fretwell charge. Pete Goshaw has also returned to the bench to assist. I'm sure Pete will tell me he's in charge. I don't know who's actually in charge. They'll both pretend to be, I suppose. Hello, Adam Teasdale saying Moroccan Steels are here listening in. We'll hopefully have an exciting one as he's just slipped under the FC United Pat Boyes foot here, but he managed to get away with that. No one pressing. Back in Boyes' feet here. So FC United seem to have had the ball permanently since the start of the game. But It's gone back into right back. It just feels like FC United happy just pass it around in their defence right now. Can't say it's too thrilling to watch in the early quarters, but they're going to see if they can launch it there. Keane Barra's calling for the ball with space, and they're going to look for him here now, and he's collected it here, but he's poor touch, and that allows Poole to come in, defend it, and pass it back to Townsend. There's some applause for Poole's defensive work here. Back to Mitch Langton here, who's going to carry it forward. Langton, cross field, looking for Dorman, and Dorman's got some space on the left-hand side here. Dorman takes it in stride, takes a touch, going to slip through for Fabu here, continues on the left wing. Heavy touch from Fabu though, and trickles out for a goal kick. Good looking move potentially, but unfortunately has gone out for the goal kick here. So Steels here, their penultimate friendly of pre-season. Next up, obviously next Monday is Barnsley FC. That'll be the final friendly against their Barnsley 11 in that one. As a poor pass is just giving it to O'Connor. Now to Fabu, takes touch. He's got space in front of him. Fabu's going to go for the shot. It's a long range shot. Well saved by Pat Boys. Diving to his left-hand side. FC United clear. First shot of the game goes to the Steels there. Ifya Fabu trying to sight it from distance. I think inspired by Lauren James in that England game earlier today. Again, who scored quite a few from that sort of distance and quite a few curlers like that. Ifya Fabu, though, was denied by a diving shape of Pat Boys. Ball to the right-hand side for Stocksbridge, looking for Poole, fighting that left-back position. Poole looking to hold it down, but Barrow's gone back and helped, and FC United clear, but Hogg's going to head it back in there. O'Connor heads it onto Poole. Poole will head it onto Rawson, who collects on the right-hand side at his feet. Looking to put the cross in, left-footed, looking for Turner, but headed away, and Fable will now collect it just on the left-hand side of the box, looking to cut in, but well tackled by Piam here, and he'll look to counter, but being denied by Hogg, and he's going to get to Faber, who's going to look at tank advantage of that space. Faber, step overs into the box, looking to find some space. He's being forced backwards, back to Turner, looking to find a man on the left-hand side, but no one's there. Goal kick, FC United. A spirited start from the Steels here so far. Good beginning here from the game of Stocksbridge. Ifya Fabu having a good effort that was saved there. Back here now for FC United in their defence with Charlie Oliver, knocks it through into midfield to the trialist, back into defence. They've got a couple of trialists on the bench as well. FC United, their season just as long as Stocksbridge, but they've not been finalised just yet. Still a few more places to grab as the ball's not long, but Hogg has it covered from Donahue, and he passes it back to Langton, who will clear it away. Back though for Munro, knocks it over O'Connor, but Turner's going to go and collect that. Goes in the tackle, and it might be Nick Bardo trying to slip through, but Stocksbridge able to clear it away. Going to go bounce here for a throw. Back here for Fiam to take the throw in. Back into the end, so back to Fiam. And then back into central defence, and then all the way back across to Oliver here, the other centre-back. 4-3-3 from FC United tonight. As again, they are happy to pass it from defence, but it means I have to gabble on about some other stuff because it's not the most exciting stuff to watch today. He passes it from defender to defender. They are trying to midfield run now, but Fabu's blocked that one before losing the ball here. Then back to Fiam, and then back into central defence. It seems like FC United do like to do this. They do like to head back into their central defence. It's the safety blanket to try and build attacks with, as it goes here to Coulton on the left-hand side, and then back into central defence. I can see Munro's dropped deep to come and collect fingers as well. As the FC United fans bring some noise here to Brackenmore, as the away side try a long ball to the right wing, but it's going to go out for a throw-in on the left-hand side. Back here for Dolman for the throw-in, the former Chesterfield youngster. From going in, going to look on for a favour, but it's passed through and going to go all the way back here to Oliver. Looks for his run of a man as he gets it through to the trialist here, and then trying to find Fiam on the overlap, but it goes out to play. Throwing Steels here. About 5 minutes. Well, I think it's 5 minutes gone in this game so far, and it's 0-0 here between the Steels and FC United. Stocksbridge trying to press forward after a clearance from Boys, and Rawson will head it on, looking for O'Connor, but O'Connor there realises he's offside just as he's running onto it. Flag goes up to agree with that, and it's going to be a free kick. Luke Rawson seems to be the only one who's actually annoyed at that. O'Connor was admitting it as he was going through, and damn it, yes, I am offside. Do feel free to comment anything in the YouTube live chat here today. We do appreciate all the comments. And actually, your comments do help the stream because the more comments you do, the more likely to come up on people's feeds. And just remind them as Stocksbridge win the ball high up. Rawson here, looking to press into the box. He's going to take the shot. Drilled shot. One high at the pitch is the Steel's pressing work again. Gives it to Rawson. He doesn't have much on, so he just goes for it, and it's an incredibly well-drilled shot from the former Chesterfield striker. Finds the bottom corner. It's 1-0 to the Steels. Rawson scores his 7th of pre-season, and Stocksbridge are now ahead. Fantastic effort from Luke Rawson. I know if you've been listening to these commentaries about pre-season, we do end up saying the same thing. Rawson last year did not have a pre-season. He was injured not long before the start of pre-season in a charity game organised by his dad. Meant he could only make his actual debut, never mind proper debut, until the game against Golkar in the FA Cup. While he did score quite a few goals, scored 9 goals, got another injury obviously later on in the season. With a pre-season, he has looked red hot. 7 goals in pre-season. He's almost matched his season tally in pre-season already. He's been absolutely fantastic here. And now, thanks to him, Stocksbridge lead 1-0 thanks to Luke Rawson. But throwing here on the halfway line. That's going to be given here for Colton to take. Colton is going to throw it back here to Oliver, who takes a touch, and he will give it to Griffiths, who's dropped into a defensive midfield to collect that ball. We'll take it forward now before giving it to Donahue. Donahue takes the touch, and then back here to Munro and trying to slip through to Ballada, but the tackle is there, and it's going to go all the way back to Townsend. Now Townsend will be pressured. He slices it a bit there, but so that means it's going to still be an attack position for United. Appeals for handball not given. Donahue being pressed by Hogg. Gaster give it back to Colton. Then back onto the left-hand side, and they're trying to get it past here, Baru, but it's going to be tackled, and then Langton takes a touch and clears it upfield, looking for a Fabu now, but headed away from him, but intercepted by Turner. Back to Dorman, who's going to look for the run of a Fabu here. Kind of Fabu just keep it in. It looked very close to sideline, but Fabu does keep it in. But battle with Fiam. Fiam gets the touch, and he actually comes off a Fabu. Going to be a throw in here, close to the corner flag for FC United. Fabu appealing for the throw in on his side, not given his way. FC United fans, despite going 1-0 down, are still cheering their fans on, cheering their team on. Glad to see them back. It's one of the highest attendances here at Brecon Moor for an FC United match because there's the sheer crowd they do bring. I mean, one of the big crowds going for next season will most likely be FC United versus Macclesfield. That's going to be one that I'm sure even groundhoppers will be looking for. Going in for a favourite. Back to Dolman. Dolman going to try and find the pass back here to Turner. Turner looks to put the ball in, but it's going to be cleared away by FC United. But then it goes back to Hogg here. Stocksbridge maintaining possession at the moment. So it goes back to Dolman on the left-hand side. Gets it through to Turner. Turner looking to turn around, but he passes it back here to Turner, to O'Connor, and then it gives it all the way back to Townsend. FC United will press out, having relieved a bit of that pressure there. Townsend will send it long, looking for the runner, Rawson, and he's got Dolman supporting him, but Rawson is offside, so he'll be stopped there. And it's a bit characteristic of Rawson, and there's a bit of a shrug from him here. And it's going to go back here for the central defence here of FC United. So here today, so it's quite rare here that we do have competing commentaries. You may hear little bits in the background. Not a professional microphone. They sort of have FC United's own commentary. I'm not sure where it's going through their Twitter, but 2 men on there. And it's weird. Obviously, you hear little bits of that, and I get distracted because I've got ADHD. See Adam Teasdale, he's our striker, he's our number 9, yep. He's going to deserve all those chances, Luke Rawson, if he continues scoring like that when the season starts. Dolman comes on, but on Lombo it's intercepted. FC United can't keep the interception in, throwing on the left-hand side. As Dolman here, Chesterfield youngster who made his debut for Chesterfield last year in the FA Trophy against Colville. Did lose that game though. It was an upset for Colville, who had a lot of success in cup competitions over the last few years. beat out one of our perennial rivals, Worksop Town in the FA Cup last year, and will be and just to carry on linking that chain, Worksop will be FC United's first opponents come the season start in a couple of weeks, well, a week on Saturday's time. FC United just have it in their defence right now. Look to build from the back as Jones gets it through here to the trialist. Then trying to get back right time, but Fable almost ponts onto it. Sliding challenge keeps it away from him. Back with the trialist who then gives it all the way back to Pat Boys. We're 11 minutes gone in this game so far. It's 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Thanks for a goal from Luke Rawson. Here. As it's back into central defence here for Munro, who's dropped deep into central defence here. And it's Coulton calling for the ball, but he's not getting it. He said the short pass to Donahue is going to be given. He's looking to evade the tackle of Poole, but Poole gets it. Pass to O'Connor. First touch put to Rawson. Rawson looks to turn his defender, and he's looking for the run, but he's completely got that pass wrong. Looking for the runner of Faber. Looking to hit it with the laces and get the curl to find the run of him, but he gets it all wrong, and it smashes off the McGilvery side. One of our fantastic sponsors here at Stocksbridge. And there's an attack for FC United here. Coulton down the left-hand side. First touch, cross goes in, but it's looping. And Hampshire is going to allow that to roll off here for throwing, actually. Maybe Hampshire should have gone and collected it because it means FC United will look to pin the Steels in. You can just see J. Revo listening from EG. I was just saying, I think our internet's not particularly great because we're not seeing the emojis come up today. Is it EG's England? Or but hello, J. Revilo or Revello. I'm butchering your name like I'm going to butcher some of these FC United players today. Hogg makes a good interception. Then he's going to put a long ball up to Faber. It's a great pass. Faber's going to work hard to keep it in. He does. Right footer keeps it in. He's going to face up with his fullback here, but it's well met there by his man, Czech Fiam, and it's been tackled, and now they will build it. Back with Fiam now. If you pass it away, then back to Munro, who's going to take the touch and slow it down a bit before knocking it into midfield to the trialist, and then back here into central defence to Curtis Jones, not the Liverpool midfielder. And then it goes it back to Oliver. Now here goes the full way across to Lewis Coulton. Now here with Donahue, and FC United, as I said, happy to pass it in their defence here, but Steels always been quite happy to see teams do that, but now they've tried the killer pass to Barreau, and he's beat the offside trap. Barreau goes clear, but a fantastic tackle from Bailey Ty Baker. And now Dorman's going to carry it away, send it long, and he's looking for Rawson, but it's going to be collected by Pat Boyd. That is a fantastic goal-saving tackle from Bailey Ty Baker there. He's going to be another key player for us this season. FC United on the attack again here. A bit of frustration from some of the travelling FC United fans in our stand here. And they get frustrated by them not having much pace in their game so far. And because of that, Stocksbridge have pretty much every player back. They make a very solid shape, the Steels team do. And it means FC United aren't really finding a way to break through. And because of that, they're giving it all the way back to Oliver. And the manager from FC United is absolutely tearing his team apart from the sidelines. And they've just lost the ball. I hope they sub it to Rawson here, takes a touch, but he loses the ball. And now it's back to Munro, who's going to take it forward, and they're trying to see if they can break through now. To the right-hand side to Fiam here. Then back to right wing back here as they look for a breakthrough. But again, Stockbridge have them where they want at the moment, with every player behind the ball, and FC United not really having the imagination as of yet to find a way through. They're still looking for the breakthrough here as they pass it here to Baru. Then back into midfield again. FC United not trying any runs into the box, not trying anything at this all to try and break in. And now I think it's the Stocksbridge fans also getting frustrated for not putting a foot in. But I think Stocksbridge are quite happy to have them play right in front of them like this, because at the moment FC United are not providing much thing. And after a pass there has just been intercepted. And now Turner's going to look for the counter. Goes to Rawson here, backwards to Baker. Baker's going to clip it long for Turner. Turner on the chase route though. I think Munro's going to have the beating of him there, and Munro will allow that to go back to the goalkeeper. But I think that's what is going to be important, because I think Stockbridge are just very, very happy to sit deep here, sit in their shape with 10 men behind the ball, essentially, and go to FC United. Come on, break us down now. And that's going to be the challenge for the away side, who as one of the bigger teams in Step 3 who are looking to challenge promotion, will probably have to face quite a few times. You know, when they face teams like Long Eaton, who are incredibly well organised. And it's that pass that could unlock the Steels, because Coulton charges down the left-hand side. Bailey Baker trying to get back. Cross go to the far-hand side, but misses everyone. Fium's going to clip another ball back in. Misses everyone. Langton heads it away, still in the box, but then Baker's going to take the touch out to Poole. Poole gathers it. Not a great touch, and he loses the ball there. And now it's back with FC United, back with Oliver in defence, and then in midfield for Monroe. Cuts it in midfield. It's a little stumble there from Donahue as he's looking for the space. Has a bit of it. Gets it to Fium on the right-hand side now. He looks for space. Has to pass it back. And then now across to Monroe, who takes a touch, tries to slip it through. Some one-touch passing, but Rawson intercepts it. And then Rawson's going to look to charge forward. Good slide and challenge boxing, but it only goes back to Hogg, who tried to get O'Connor, who's got no awareness that the ball was coming to him. He wasn't even looking where it was going, and now it's back with FC United. In a Northern Counties game, because Northern Counties football is on, there is a goal in a local game. Claycross, who are just in Step 6 for the first time, are leading 1-0 against Swallownext. Claycross, who is the former team of Lewis McCaskill, on the bench today. Back into defence here, so for the trialist who gets it through to Fium on the right-hand side. He stumbles a bit as he goes through, but he's going to manage to get through anyway. Gets it to the pass and bounces off the man and go back for a favour. He's going to get tackled and it goes out of play for an FC United throw-in. Back here into midfield for FC United. We are 17 minutes gone in this game and it is 1-0 to the Steels right now. Yeah, looking to press forward here at the moment as they get it to Griffiths. Griffiths takes the touch, going to try and get through, try to kill a pass. The touch is not great on the other side of it, though. And Stocksbridge great. Poole pressing down the right wing. Steals on the counter-attack here. Poole charging down. Rawson in the middle, but I think a few of the FC United players are caught up to Poole now. Poole's still going to put the cross in, but it's too high for anyone. I think he's going to bounce out for a throw-in right next to the opposite corner flag now.
There we go. Thank you. Drop the head. There's no bringing you a pie.
So throw in here for FC United, who must have got about 10 yards away from where the actual throwing happened, and Bailey Baker's getting instructions as it's happening, but Steele's won it back again in midfield, but then the first pass is intercepted as they look to get it back in the defence and pass from the defence once again. Ball looking for this far left-hand side here for FC United. It's a good pass. It's found the trialist here, but tackle goes in from Baker, and it's going to be a throw-in here. And now it's going to go back now for Coulton. Coulton throws it back into central field and back into defence here for Oliver. Takes a good touch, looking to find a pass now, but he's got nothing in front of him, so he's going to take the simple one to Monroe, who likes to drop deep and collect these passes we've seen so far. A few feints there, tried to find the pass through, but Stocksbridge didn't fall for it. Paul's going to no longer look for Rawson. Rawson immediately found offside. Rawson is getting very, very frustrated with this. He's had a few words with the linesman, and the linesman is not having that at all either. Another goal in the Northern Counties to update you about, involving a local side. Frickley a 1-0 against Tadcaster Albion. Keita scoring for the local rivals. Back for Oliver now. Takes the touch. Tries to slip through ball back, but Turner blocks it, and then it's going to go out now to Baker. Takes touch, then in the middle for Hogg, then back to Turner, and then back to Baker. And then he gives it back to Hogg. Triangles here, lots of triangle passing. As Turner there slips it through to Rawson, the cap might be on here. Rawson tries to cross through to Turner, takes the deflection, but Turner bursts through. Turner on the right-hand side, just needs to find the pass into the centre. He's been forced backwards here. I think FC United got back well. Now it's back to Poole now. Poole's thinking about the pass through, looks for the pass through here to O'Connor. The offside flag is up on him when he's clear on goal. The offside trap is working well for FC United so far. It's keeping the Steels from going further ahead. Remains 1-0, so after 20 minutes in this game. Do want to thank our sponsors here today. We want to thank obviously our commentary sponsor Jason Rawson, carpet fitter and supplier. I'm also going to just get some of our others up in a bit. People like UC Build and And a lot of others that I can't actually remember the names of at the moment, but I will get you up, don't worry. There's FC United have it in their defence now. They're trying to beat him on the right side. It's a good pass here. Looking for the run, trying for the one-touch pass on the overlap. Goes back to Fiam, cuts back, but Afebu then gets the tackle in. And it's a throw in here for FC United close to the Steel's corner flag. Shows in on the right-hand side here. Then across all the way to Oliver. Stocksbridge again have every man back. They're happy to do that, as we've said a few times already today. Looking for Coulton here on the left-hand side. Good touch by Coulton. Well in from Baker. Throwing on the opposite side now to... Right. So to thank our sponsors here, without which this club just wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't exist without our sponsors like these. So that's Airflow, UC Build, Presto, Steel FC, DB Sports, Future Fires, Genfab and Bradford Brewery. Thank you very much for all of them. Throw goes in and it's touched out here to Munro. Munro looking for a man, trying to get the one-touch pass here for Bilardo. Back into midfield here. Still looking to probe here, FC United, but Baker gets a tackle. Only clears it to Coulton on the left-hand side. Into the middle, but then Turner comes in with a tackle. Langton boots it away. Steel survive that attack. So, back here for Pat Boyce now. Against an FC United side here that challenged for promotion last year, would finish 8th in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. 5 points from the playoffs, so really only 2 points as Stockbridge have won one high up the pitch here. Turner here looking for the pass for Poole, finds Poole on the right wing here, looking to find Rawson on the overlap. Solid a bit short, but Rawson gets it, but he's going to lose that ball there to Oliver. Oliver's going to go down under challenge, but it's going to be a free kick close to the flag here. And one of our Steelers fans very unhappy with that decision. So, but yeah, FC United was the same, very close to getting in the playoffs last year. They had a 3-point deduction as well, which is obviously very disappointing to them. That really killed their chance of playoffs out. They'll be looking up at that top 5, same week of finishing there, but we'll see if they can do so. At the moment, though, they are not beating Northern Premier League East opposition in the Stocksbridge Park Steels. Steels winning 1-0 right now, thanks to Rawson. As I think our fan has decided to target the linesman here. Ball from, quite an aimless ball forward from FC United, going to be a throw in here on the right for Baker to take. Yes. FC United fans, to their credit, despite it being pre-Sterling and them losing 1-0, they are staying loud. Stocksbridge having had a good history against Northern Premier League Premier Division sides in the FA Cup last year, having beaten Marine and Atherton Collieries. Both sides more FC United way than they are ours, as a slice ball forward from Don Gutman goes out for an FC United throw-in. 24 minutes gone so far. 1-0 to the Steels. Emily have taken a 1-goal lead in their game, thanks to Ira Gooden. Who else would it be for Emily? Well, especially with no Joe. And it does look like FC United, as a ball's lofted to Bilardo, it's a good ball, gets a touch in. Langton comes back, he's got a lot of work to do. Bilardo takes a shot, deflected, and then blocked. And then Dahlman clears it away. Steals, and they just swarmed him there like flies. He did, and stopped him from being able to take a clean cut and shot. The initial shot was deflected and then blocked. That shows you the hard work the Steels are doing in defence right now. And they've won the ball in midfield now, Steels. Langton, short pass to Rawson. I think it bounced off his arm there, and I think Rawson was expecting the free kick, which is why he lost it then. But nothing was given. Turner's going to carry forward with it, but he loses the ball. Now it's onto the left-hand side, and then into midfield here with Munro. Now back to the right-hand side now with Jones down to Fiam, whose first touch is not the best, but does keep it. Afebu keeps him honest and forces him to pass it back to Jones, though. And he's going to carry on, take a few touch forward, and then trying to slip it through here to Donahue, and then over to Coulton on the left-hand side. Ball goes for Coulton. It's a good-looking ball. No one's gambled on it, though. And Hampshire will collect that one fairly comfortably. Fairly simple for Hampshire to get, but it was a great ball in that dangerous area, just on the edge of the 6-yard area. Just something we noticed on the bench here is that So a player in number 21 here for FC United. We'll try and get his team up here as the long ball goes for a Faber. No flag up on him as he gets it on the left-hand side, but he's being shoved off it there and he gets a free kick on the edge of the box. So free kick to the Steels now. And this is where the Steels love it because Thomas Poole is a free kick specialist to say the least. Already scored a couple in pre-season, scored a few last year as well. Best one came against Pontefract Collieries. What a fantastic effort that was in that 2-0 win. That helped us push on to achieve a place in the playoffs. And no argument from any player. Thomas Poole is the man standing over it right now. He'll be looking for the far post, I'm sure. I don't think he's going to cross this in. I think he's thinking top corner right now. Here comes the free kick. Takes a shot near thing, and it's in the net. Thomas Poole has made it 2-0. Oh, he went, as he normally does, because I'm not very good at this sort of thing. He went to the near post rather than the far post. Keeper's wrong-footed. Pat Boyce does get a touch onto it, but Poole still finds the back of the net. It's 2-0 to the Steels now, and it's looking like another impressive result in pre-season so far. A very impressive here. Even after a goal, Mark Freckwell, in charge for the game today, is shouting his orders out, making sure that Alex O'Connor knows exactly what he needs to do in following this. Back into the midfield to Jones now, the captain of FC United. FC United now will have a lot to come back up. They've had all the possession, FC United, but the Steel's defence has just shut them down completely and not allowed them to get through at all. They're going to have to do a lot more gambling if they want to get any way back into this game. Through to a Fabu here, who's been forced backwards, but it's going to go out play for a throw-in now. Steel's throwing, that is. He's looking for his options. Dolman here into midfield, and then he's going to be tackled before it goes back. Just looking at the team, though, I think what I think is going to be quite impressive is that we're not entirely sure who's going to be starting out of this team. Obviously, you can expect Rawson and Poole to be starting, also Turner and Hogg, but I wouldn't expect O'Connor to start. I wouldn't expect Dolman to start. I wouldn't expect Hampshire to start, although Hampshire's not really had anything to do yet. I think that's what's making it even more impressive as the ball's knocked over here to the trialist. He's been forced backwards, though, by the Steel's defence, and the Steel's defence are getting back into position now. Back here for Munro, now onto the right-hand side. Looking to get to the byline. Ball goes in. Hampshire gets a touch and it goes out. Well, it's about to go for a corner. Dolman saved that and cleared upfield for Rawson. Rawson's going to look to control the defender, but it's headed away from him and then back into midfield for FC United. Clip forward. Chested down. Looking forced backwards. Bellardo. Oh, then to Munro. Feels like some proper football names. Bellardo and Munro and Griffiths and Donahue. Feels like a Manchester team from the 60s. As well as clipped over the top, but then Hampshire is able to claim it. The goal to tell you about is that in a local fixture, Hallam FC have equalised against Eccleshill United. It's 1-1 there. As Hampshire rolls it out here to Langton. Short pass here to Hogg. Allows it to roll underneath and go forward. Gets to Rawson. Rawson looks to find the pass against Afebu, but Afebu is called offside. I think, well, there's no appeals from the Stocksbridge players, so I presume that one's a correct decision. I didn't think it was up from up here, but the fact there's no arguments means I think they're probably right, and the linesman's got it right. And it looks like we are going to see an early substitution for FC United. That number 21 we mentioned earlier is coming on. I haven't seen the player who's going off. It looks like it is Barrow going off. So a change for FC United to see if they can break through this Steel's defence. We'll get you the team now. It's Keegan Hartley who's come on. Clip ball over, tries to look it over the top of Hampshire from the right-hand side, but Hampshire is able to claim it. So that's Keegan Hartley coming on. Yeah, a surprisingly early substitution. Not sure if that was a planned one from before the game or if the manager has decided that he's not happy with what the team's done so far and has decided to change it. Hampshire sends it long, looking for Rawson, but it's going to be headed back to the goalkeeper by Oliver. Boys will take his time over it. We are 31 minutes gone in this game. 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Ah, yeah, I can see your mum that you're late, as usual. You can always go and turn your mum listening, I find. Well, thank you to everyone who is listening today for another pre-season friendly here, with the Steels winning 2-0, looking to continue that unbeaten running pre-season. And Langton just clips out a long ball, gives it to Dolman. Dolman's under pressure, has to give it all the way back to Hampshire, who will just boot that one out, but only boots it into midfield. FC United take a touch, but Langton, what a player he's been in defence so far this pre-season. He's got it away, but it is now back here with Jones, who can't control it, and he ends up passing out play for a throw. Goal to tell you about in the Northern Counties League. Parkgate are ahead 1-0 against Horbury Town. Throwing down the line, looking to get down there, but it's sliced up the air by FC United. They're going to try and keep it in. Jones was the man trying to keep it in. He doesn't. It's a throw in here on the left-hand side. Throw it here to Turner, then back to Dolman on the left-hand side. Dolman trying to get down there. He's been stopped, and then I think he comes out himself. But actually, well, he must have taken a touch of an FC United player. That's to throw into the Steels. It's actually he's going here. Turner's beaten his man well. Great sliding challenge from Fiam from behind him. If he touches Turner, it's a penalty. But instead, it's a great sliding challenge, and he's cleared it off Turner to get the throw in. So that goal for Parkgate we just told you about, that's actually from former Steel Josh Nodder. He's the one that's put him 1-0 ahead against Horbury. And Tadcaster have just equalised. That's 1-1 there against Frickley. Glossop North End have just made it 2-0 against Earlham Town as well. As a mistake of O'Connor there, and now it might well be FC United in. Coulton has it on the left-hand side, then into midfield here for Griffiths. Tries to get it here to Hartley. Then back here to Coulton, and then back here to Griffiths. One touch passing, but then intercepted by Turner. That ends the move. Langton is trying to one touch pass in his own pass, but then they get it to Poole. Beautiful passing from the back there from Stocksbridge. The most amusing thing here is, as that happened, I heard someone saying just get it out, and then immediately applauding it and say it. So obviously, normally we do like a big boot out of the box. So
Absolutely, yeah, no, yeah.
Bank now here for Pat Boys in the FC United goal.
I mean,
He's going to just take it forward here and then touch forward, looking for Bilardo, but Langton heads away. Langton's going to go for the second header, but instead he's going to have to boot that after some pressure from one of the defenders. Poole touches it off at Hartley and then looks for the pass of Afebu, and it's a good pass here. Appeals for offside. This time it's not going to be given. Afebu's faced up with Fiam. He's going to try and backheel it there to the runner Dolman, but he's going to lose out there, lose the ball, and then give the foul away. Free kick here to FC United. 34 minutes gone in this game so far, and it's 2-0 here to the Steels. The veterans will be coming on in the second half for the Steels, so that's the likes of Jordan Lemon, Ben Townsend, Ross Goodwin. They're all sitting in front of me in the box. We also got some youngsters like Oliver Novak on the bench as well. So it's just in midfield now with Munro, back to Jones, and again FC United having to pass it from the back, and Stocksbridge happy to let them do that for now. And then back to Jones here again. So FC United will eventually now try the diagonal ball, looking for Coulton. It's a good ball as well. Coulton, one touch pass, he gets it here to Hartley. Hartley's looking turn. Hartley takes a shot near post. Hampshire makes a great save to his near post. It's FC United's best move of the game so far. Hampshire just gets through the bottom post. I think he makes it look a bit more dramatic than you'd expect, but it is going to be a corner kick to FC United. It's their first corner. It's actually the first corner of the entire game. So it's going to be back here for Griffiths to take this corner. Hampshire there with his first real test of the game there, the former United goalkeeper, impressed well on loan with us last year, and now back with the club on a permanent basis. Corner kick now to SC United though, Griffiths will take. They've got everyone in the 6-yard box, apart from, like, I think 2 just hanging around the edge of the area. Here it is looking for the far post, for almost a free header there for Curtis Jones, but Hampshire diving, punches it away both hands. Back to Fiam, who's on his own halfway line now. Then all the way back here to Boys. Steels will press up now. Gives it to Coulton, the man who unlocked the Steels defence there, only to be denied by Hampshire. Now back to Fiam on the right-hand side. Taking the touch, and he's going to pass it back into defence for Jones. Then through to Munro in midfield, and back all the way to Oliver. Oliver is just taking his time as he just stands in the centre circle there before giving it back to Jones. And then the long ball forward is aimless, and Hampshire will claim it. We are 36 minutes gone in this game. It is 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. And he is back now with Hampshire, who's hadn't done anything for 35 minutes. Then a save, it's near post, slightly unsighted, I think. That's why he was a bit late to the ball. But he made a really good save down low, and he's kept his clean sheet. Ball long here. Looking here, but only going to be headed backwards and go back to Boys now. Then into Curtis Jones in central defence. As Jones will just take his time over there. Back to Munro now. Tries to get in midfield, but blocked by O'Connor then to Turner. Turner will spin around, then finds a Faber on the left-hand side, then wants to trying to find O'Connor, but on the it's off the back of his feet, and FC United will carry it away. Jones is just going to try and carry away, but O'Connor's just given a foul away from him with that pressure. Back into central defence now here for FC United. Fulton here on the left-hand side will pass it back in defence. It's actually going to put him under some pressure, this defence, in that court here, that corner flag. So Rawson's going to put under a bit of pressure, pulls there as well. The short pass will be allowed, and then back all the way to Boys, who touches it well. Got a bit of an ooh from the crowd there, as they were trying to pray for a mistake. But it's now back into central defence. Back into, as it's going to stay on FC United, they are, once again, just building from the back here, being patient. And then Lewis Colton here just unmarked on the left-hand side, just seemingly begging for the ball. When he got it last time, he created the biggest opportunity, and he's shouting for it now, but he's not going to be given it. You can imagine he must be getting a bit frustrated at this point, Lewis Colton, because he shouts for it a lot, but he don't get it very often. As it's now here with into Munro, then back here to Jones. That's the phrase I feel like I've said about 50 times in this game, is Munro to Jones. And then across here to Oliver. And then into midfield here to Donahue. And then back to Jones. There isn't 10 Jones on the pitch, it is just him getting the ball all the time. As it's back here to Munro, then to Jones, and then back to Donahue. Takes the touch, and then he's going to get it to the left-hand side. We haven't seen it over here for a while. As it's back to Oliver now, who's going to carry it forward into midfield now for Griffiths, and slight one here to Bilardo, who's collected it deep now. Look for the runner, but Fiam, it's a good run and it's a good pass. Fiam here, high ball into the box, edge of the area, headed away by Baker. Hull will look to launch counter-attack, but decides to enter. And then with a little turn of pace, gets past one man, sends it long. He's going to be sent into the stand there, Paul, as the ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Nothing given despite appeals from the Stocksbridge players. Back into central defence now, and then through to Griffiths. Gets it to Fiam on the right, and he's going to get it back all to goalkeeper. But bit of a tricky one for the goalkeeper to control. He has to use his knee to do it. Back to Jones now. Then to Munro. It's a very popular pass, that one, as Munro gives it back to Jones. And then back to Boys in goal. And then to Munro. It's what's happening. And then to Jones now. I feel a bit like the commentator on that Simpsons episode of when they do the football. And it's Kent Brockman being quite bored of the Mexican players just passing between three of them. Ball going long here to Oliver. Then to Griffiths, and back into central defence to Munro. Then here to Jones. They are in the Steel's half at least now. Then back to Munro, and then back to Oliver. FC United must have had possession for the last 5 minutes, but they've barely left their own half with it. As Oliver will pass it now to Jones. And then Jones will put it into Monroe in the midfield, takes a touch, then back here to Oliver on the left-hand side, then to Coulton. And then sarcastic cheers as they give it to Coulton on the left-hand side. But then it goes all the way back to Oliver now. And then through into midfield now for FC United. They're actually looking for a pass as Donahue gets it through to Monroe's in an advanced position. He's going to find Coulton on the left-hand side. Coulton low ball in, but Hampshaw collecting it. There was an on-rushing run from Trialist there. You just can't get on the end of it. And all that passing, all that possession and passing amongst the defenders has finished it with the ball being in Hampshaw's arms. Anyway, in a Northern Counties game, Frickley have got a goal there back ahead against Tadcaster. Lloyd Smith making it 2-1 there. 41 minutes gone in this game. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Ball going long to Rawson, who knocked it on to Fabu, and who just struggled to adjust the bounce, but heads on to Rawson. Just it on, looking for Bailey Baker. Bailey Baker gets a touch, takes the shot, but it's blocked, and it's going to go out for a corner kick, and it's the Steels' first corner of the game. Stocksbridge have scored only once from a corner in pre-season. It was from the opening game, Jack Watson scoring. Watson currently out under concussion that he suffered over at Clipston. And now Poole here will look for the corner. Poole standing over it, going to be an outswinger. I find there's a few more goals from the outswingers from Poole. And they've sent a few big men up, like Oglesby. Ball going in. High, rising is Langton, but it's not clean there. And then there's a foul. Well, it's offside actually given for Turner trying to challenge Pat Boys. It's going to be a free kick for FC United. Back into central defence now. And Griffiths, who's collected it from deep, and he's going to send it long. It's quick play from FC United. But it's sent long, and then Baker is going to head it back to Hampshire. Hampshire will then take time. And obviously having some issues with the shots because he's got to adjust them before he sends this one out. Rolls it out in front of him, then sends it long, looking for Bailey Baker, but it's too far ahead of anyone. It's going to go out for a throw-in to the away side here. And it's going to get thrown out to defend, and then back all the way to Boys now. Boys takes a touch, then back here to Curtis Jones now, who then passes it to Monroe, and then back to Jones. Yep, welcome back to that again. Monroe's going to carry it forward, gets it through to Bilardo, takes a heavy touch, but he's tackled there, and Turner has it. Turner's going to try and get it through to a Fabu, but it's just cut out and goes back centrally here to Jones, who now spreads it out to Coulson, who's probably the most dynamic player here for FC United. He gets it back after passing into midfield, then back here to Oliver. Carries it forward a few yards. Continues to. Finds Fiam on the right wing. And then back into Donahue in field, and he's going to then pass it back here to Monroe. And that is going to be the half-time whistle. So what a performance from the Steels in this first half. They lead 2-0. First one was in 10 minutes. Luke Rawson having a bit of a sighter from the edge of the box when nothing else was on, but he drilled it into the bottom corner. Then a free kick in the second half. Thomas Poole kills it into the top corner. Steels leading 2-0 here, and we will look forward to seeing you in the second half in 15 minutes' time. Let's see if the Steels can hold on in this one. Hello and welcome back to the second half here of Stocksbridge Park Steels versus FC United of Manchester. I am your commentator, Adam Allcroft. We are sponsored by Jason Rawson, Carpet Fitter and Supplier. We are ready here for the second half. We will update some of the substitutions. So we are back underway now. FC United just have the ball at the moment. So it's FC United in the white shirt with some black patterning on it. White shorts, white socks going from left to right, while Stocksbridge Park Steels are in the yellow shirt, blue shorts, and blue socks going from left to right, from right to left. And it's actually one of the substitutions there who's onto the ball here. And he's giving away an early corner here for FC United. So it's a big opportunity for FC United very, very early on in this half. So Dan Grayson has come on, and so's Jordan Lemon for Baker. So here comes the short corner here to Coulton, but it's been read, and it's going to go out for another corner.
All right, okay.
So
I
say next going to actually be a throw next to corner flag, and he's thrown it off the back of his fellow teammate, but he's controlled it anyway. Here does a little touch, goes back. I think FC United made a few substitutions, but we'll try and keep track of as it goes out for another corner. FC United starting with a bit of pace and looking to create some chances here early on in the second half. I think we've seen less of Oliver, passes to Jones, passes to Munro, and then pass back to Jones. As we get the second corner within the minute of the second half beginning. Here's the corner going in, cleared away at the near post. Going to go out for a throw in here. So we're just trying to keep track of some of the substitutions we've had. The joy of pre-season, you just bring people on, don't tell anyone, and it's fine. Great for commentators. Sometimes these friendlies are bigger challenges than any of the competitive matches. The ball goes over the top here, looking for Morris, who's wrong on my team sheet. And then 1-2 goes back to Morris. Out offside flag was looking for, but not being raised. Then back here to Ennis. Ennis, right-footed, cross into Fiam, heads it in, and it's going to go harmlessly back to Townsend, who's in and goal. And it looks like if you're Fabu, is going to stay down with injured. Sam Ewins is going to come on video. So I've just noticed Ben Townsend, who I should have noticed earlier. Yeah, mostly because he's wearing a completely different colour to Henry, I'm sure. Shows my observation skills here today. So just seeing that Ian Sutton saying, let's hope that is cracking start to the campaign continues. I would absolutely agree with that. He has been absolutely cracking this pre-season. Hopefully Ifia Fabu will be okay here. We're just Samuel's just making sure he's okay. We've seen one player already go down with Jack Watson with a concussion. Hopefully he will be ready and raring to go for the season. Well, for the actual season in a week on Saturday's time away at Stockton. Impressed a lot of people during this pre-season before that injury against Clipston. If a favourite is now back to his feet and is going to be on the sidelines now, so he should be able to return to this one, though I would expect him to be taken off not too long ago, just to make sure that nothing is aggravated. So back here with Townsend, who will roll it out here and knock it long here, looking here for the run here of the winger here. I'm trying to see who that actually is, because it's one of the subs, and I can't tell who it is. Yes, Goodwin got in there, so it's Ross Goodwin is on as well. Even the Stocksbridge subs didn't really get announced to us. Back to Oliver now. Who cares forward? Hey, look, Dave Towlers are here now. Hello, Dave. Dave waves at you all, listeners. Well, the many Dave. Oh, actually, if I just shout Dave now, I'm going to get 3 people looking back at me. As all 3 of the Daves in our committee are sitting in front of me. We call it the Committee of Daves. Yeah, back in the defence here for FC United. Clip back into central defence now as they're looking to press it. I'm just trying to see. I think Goodwin's come on for O'Connor here. As we try and track the substitutions made, Lemon come off for Bailey Baker, he's just cleared it away. So we'll make that change on the home team lineup. So that's Ross Goodwin on for Alex O'Connor. He also takes the captain's armband, as is his by right. Ball goes in the left-hand side to Coulson, ducks forward. Middle, there's Morris passing it back into field, but then tackled, and now Steele's look to build it here for Poole. Flips onto the middle, to Turner, who looks to the right-hand side. Goodwin's the one who's chasing it down and not going to go anywhere. Which Lewis McCaskill, I think, has also come on here. He's come on for the goal scorer, Luke Rawson. But Thomas Poole has gone into centre forward. McCaskill on the right, and Fabu on the left for this half. And Fabu's just won the ball from Turner, and Turner is going to put in the middle for Poole. Poole, it's a shame he couldn't turn then because McCaskill was an acre of space on the right there. And now it's going to go back to Fiam after FC United successfully win possession. 50 minutes gone in this game. It's 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Oh, it's a good start here for FC United in the second half, but they remain without a goal so far as Kane misses that, and it goes to Grayson, who will be forced to turn well, and then gets up past Turner, one to back to Goodwin, one to back to Turner, but it's just intercepted and tackled away. It's a good idea from the Steels, and there's even one man applauding it, but instead of FC United, and Fiam just took out Tinker there, who's come on for Dolman. Fiam continues to get forward, but then Tinker's done really well to recover and clear it away. And he's earned the free kick out to it as well, though. The game will continue with Fabu on the ball. And if Fabu is charged forward for the sliding challenge there from FC United, stops him advancing any further. No, I'm going to say that Jack Tinker, that's what Jack Tinker does really well. I'm not going to say he doesn't make mistakes, because he does make mistakes, but he recovers from them so well. So even when he does make one and a winger does get past him, you just do think he's going to get back and get the ball, because 9 times out of 10, he does. Here, so we get a bit further up the field now. Just an update on a local fixture. Wunwell Town are beating Armthorpe Welfare 1-0. Well, new to Northern Counties. As a favourite tries to break past man, but he's tackled well. And Keegan Hartley, who came on in the first half, is going to carry that away. But Turner almost tackled him there, but he gets away from him. Opened up a bit of space before McCaskill goes in with a shoulder barge there. And it's a free kick, and there's a bit of annoyance there as McCaskill almost dribbled it away by accident. And now Curtis Jones will take the free kick. Looking here for Morris on the right-hand side. Going to have a battle here with Tinker, and Tinker's going to force him to the right wing. And he's going to get the beating, and Tinker shoves him out. It's going to be a free kick to FC United in a dangerous position on the right-hand side here. So it's a dangerous free kick. Good practice, though, for Steele's defence. That's sometimes how you have to think of these things in pre-season, as they actually take the short one here, as they have tended to take short set pieces. As Fitzmartin here looking for a pass through, another one of the substitutes that's come on. It's back on the right-hand side, looking for the return here from Hartley, but Hartley's going to go himself. Puts the cross in himself, but it's above everyone. And then Grayson gets a header onto it, and it gives it away. Well, a little touch from one of our photographers here, Mike Bailey. Yeah, good touch as well. Maybe he should be on the pitch. And it's a poor pass from FC United. And Poole beats the first man as he looks to break, but the second man plays it into Poole. But that's going to go all the way back here to Pat Boys. And it's a long ball forward, and that's going to be claimed by Townsend. So it's a long ball forward from Boys. It's going to be one that McCaskill tries to challenge, but it's a head away from Pat Boys, who flung himself like that, like a fish, in a way. So it's going to be onto the right-hand side here. Back for Lemon has come up to take this throw-in, who came on here for Baker. Only a couple of substitutes left to come on here for the Steels. Ollie Novak and Luca DeFalco we will see later on, both academy products. This is a good touch there from McCaskill, but it's been cleared by FC United, who just about avoid it from going out to play, but they get it back here to Tinker, who heads it off to a Fabu. Touch here, then back to Tinker, but he is intercepted, and this could be a counter-attack here, but Grayson's covered it well, chests it down under pressure now. Passes it back, but it's been almost cut out there. It has been cut out here, and it's going to go in there. It's Max Kane there who scores for FC United. It's just with Dan Grayson, who's had a great pre-season, but after being put under pressure, it's passed back there has been cut out there by Kane, who is able to get round on rushing. Townsend, he still had a lot to do. It's a narrow angle, but he gets it across into the opposite side of the net. It's 2-1 here. FC United get one back. It is really disappointing. Disappointing to see the Steels concede here against FC United after they have been in control and defensively so strong, but it's one mistake. It's Grayson's back pass there that is caught onto by Max Kane, and it's still Kane, in fairness to him, had a lot of hard work still to do in that one. He had to get past Townsend, he had to score from a narrow angle, which is not a guarantee, but he does it, and it's one back for FC United. United will build from defence now. Back into defence. Can we clip long here to the left-hand side? And McCaskill is going to come back to try and cover that, but they get it through here to Fitzmartin. And it takes a touch to the left-hand side now. And then to Fitzmartin, who's trying to break through. Then back to the left-hand side. Good passing from FC United as it goes back to Fitzmartin again. Shot goes in. It's beyond everyone. Good save from Townsend, who was scrolling a bit. And it is the Northern Premier League Premier Division side that are in control at the moment. Corner to FC United. 55 minutes gone in this game. 2-1 to the Steels. So back here on the right hand side now for FC United, another corner for them. We'll be interested to see if they do go for the cross or if it's going to be another short option.
Wasn't sure if it was, you know it is, but it's covered
So here comes the corner. In swinger, left footed in. It's headed away, spun a bounce in the 6-yarder, cleared off the line, saved by Townsend. It's a close range shot within the 6-yard box, and it's going to be another corner kick to FC United. It is all to Manchester. And as I say that, I've just spotted that the linesman has his flag up, so it wouldn't have counted that. And it's going to go back for them to take, for Townsend to take. This FC United are now showing their Premier Division class here, and it's been a struggle for them ever since with all these substitutes at the half. Which is interesting because a lot of first teamers have come on as well, including like Tinker and Goodwin. Long ball forward here. Going to be headed away though into midfield, and Hogg's going to win it. Gives it to Goodwin. First touch pass goes to Poole. Looks to turn it. Looking for the pass along to Turner. Turner to be the first man onto it, but Boys, who is really looking confident coming out at the moment in this second half, he gets it before Turner does. Back for Boys, who rolls it out into his defence. Well, they're going to charge forward here. Forward, touch it right here to Hartley. Pass goes through, but intercepted by Hogg. Hogg takes a good touch, falls backwards. Back to Tinker. Tinker takes it forward and tries to knock it through, but aimless and going to go back here to Boys. Then through here to Jones, who passes it into midfield here. Going to continue carrying it forward and then knocks it into the left-hand side, then back onto left, back to Coulton. Then back here to Oliver. That's what we saw in the first half we like, but they're going a lot ball here. Looking for Fitzmartin, but headed away there by Oglesby, and it's going to be a throw-in on the left-hand side. FC United are going to allow Coulton to come up to take this throw-in. 58 minutes gone in this game. It's 2-1 to the Steels. FC United are the ones in the ascendancy, pressing for that equaliser at the moment. Hartley spreads it to Fiam on the right-hand side. Rolls it back here. Low cross in. Townsend collects it. Townsend gets a little shove from the attacker as he carries the ball as well. So he's going to take it now. Rolls it out here to Oglesby. Left-footed ball goes down, looking for McCaskill on the right-hand side, but ball a bit short of him, headed away from him. Only, oh, it's actually going all the way to the forward. It was going to fall for Lemon there for a bit, but the flight of the ball tricked me as well. As it's now FC United midfield. Turner harassing as they have to knock that ball long after a poor touch. Tinker's going to try and keep that out of play, and he does. So throwing to the Steels here. Back with Tinker on the left-hand side for this throw. Taking his time with it now, Tinker. As now line looking for Poole, heads it on, but then collecting in defence, and McCaskill gets a good touch. Faber just can't get on the end of it. It's going to go back here to the goalkeeper boys, who puts it into central defence. Through into midfield, then back onto left back, being chap pressed by Hogg though. He's forced to pass it back now to Oliver, who then gets it through here to Ennis, and he's going to tackle by Goodwin. Good tackle from Goodwin. Allows it to Poole. Poole's going to turn. Poole's going for the shot. Spilled by Boyd, but it still goes to the ball. Fabu's going to collect this. He passes it back here to Turner. Turner's looking right-footed. He's just a bit off balance. He's being forced backwards now. I think he might have gone out of play with it there, Turner, and he has gone out of play. So Turner looks frustrated with himself. Can't really blame him there, because if I'd be frustrated with as well. But in the end, it's going to go out for a throw-in on that right-hand side. We are in the hour mark now. As that pass back might find its way in. No, it's not going to just be collected by a Swiss United player on the byline for a while. That looked like that may have been one for the Christmas DVDs of non-league bloopers. But buy them now. God, that'd be a big DVD. And the Fabu's collecting midfield. The Fabu has space to run. Fabu looks for the pass, but well cut by the arm there of Ennis. Nothing given. United will look to get in the middle, and then they lose the ball, but it's going to be a free kick there for a foul on the goal scorer, Kane. Free kick about 35 yards out for FC United. Half an hour left to go. I think some of the kids in front of us are looking for autographs right now. No. Just sitting behind the Stocksbridge bench. Free kick taken to Hartley. Hartley going to go down the right-hand side. Down back to Fiam. Fiam takes a touch. Feints. Goes back on right foot. Crossing for the near post. Close, and it's a missed header. Should be 2-2. Another goal goes on the left-hand side. It's saved at the near post by Townsend. Corner kick. And FC United looking incredibly good in this second half. Another corner. It's Charlie Ennis going over to take it here. Goal in the Northern Counties to tell you about, as Brickley are now 3-1 up against Tadcaster. Lloydie scores. Ennis just standing over it, going to be an in-swinger. Here it comes. Very high one, looking for the far post, but it's Jones who can only head it up into the air. And Turner clears it to a Fabu, chests it down, overhead kick at the top, and McCaskill's going to fight for it. Head away from his side, McCaskill continues to fight for it, takes past to Turner. Turner's looking for the run of a Fabu. It's a good run to a Fabu, charge forward, heads it forward in front of him on the left-hand side, just needs to beat him, puts the ball across, but it's cleared away. But only back to McCaskill. Heavy first touch, takes a shot, slices it, and it's wide. It's a big opportunity for McCaskill, but I think he just rushes it up too much, and it's going to go out for the corner. As we're seeing some changes being made, I think it's going to be from both sides here. So for Stocksbridge, Luca DeFalco and Oliver Novak will be coming on. If you Fabu, one of them coming off. I think Luke Rawson's going to return to the pitch as well, actually. So see Luke Hogg coming off, Thomas Poole, and Fabu. So Rawson's returning. He's had a 15-minute break. But also Oliver Novak and Luca DeFalco. So we've completely, and because we're very, very professional and very good at our jobs, we completely missed the FC United substitutes while sorting out the Stocksbridge subs. As he's currently with FC United now, and the fresh blood of Goodwin trying to chase it, and it's ball pass, and DeFalco's collected it. Just come on, looking long pass. Going to find Rawson here on the left-hand side. Needs some support inside the box, Rawson, as well as some support on that left-hand side. There's nothing in the box, but there is some on the left. Rawson goes backwards to DeFalco here. So DeFalco putting the ball far to the cross end. Looking for McCaskill, who holds it down well. Takes touch to the right here, looking for Lemon, but it is going to be blocked and going to go now out for a throw-in to FC United. Back into defence of them for Charlie Oliver. As he continues to be passing on defence. Again, it's that slow defensive as it goes to Zuck. Again, back into defence. That's a fun one to say, Zuck. And then back to Jones, who carries it forward and looking for the left wing here. It's over Lemon's head. And it's going to be controlling, looking for, well, Well, I believe Elliot Morris is 14, so I've got to presume the 20 is Guy Hall. But eventually Stockbridge do put a tackle. It's going to be a throw in on that left hand side. Quick throwing in. Goes here to Ennis. Takes a touch. Right footed looking for it. Right footed going to take the shot. It's drilled, but well wide. Gets a sarcastic cheer from some of our young fans back behind that goal on the house end stand. That's what I like to call it, just so you know. Because it's the stand with a house behind it. So back here for Townsend to take. Townsend going to send it long here. DeFalco looks to head it on, but it's headed back out by Munro, but only for Goodwin to head it back in there. Back away by Oliver, and it's going to battle in midfield here. But Jones has collected it. Poor pass by Jones. He's getting DeFalco onto it. DeFalco takes a long range shot, saved in the near post by Boys. And it's going to go for a corner, and the local DeFalco there going for it, looking for his second goal of pre-season. Well saved by Boys at his near post. Lucas Falco, who walked here to the stadium today, he lives about right over there. Literally, I can see his house. So Curtis Turner with Thomas Pulis will go to take the corner. Coulton and Fiam are the ones who have gone off. Paul and Zuck are the ones on, I've been told. I've been told by the FC United Twitter. Corner goes in for the far post. Left way goes back to McCaskill. Takes a shot. Great save. Eve still in there. Goodwin headed towards goal, and it's collected by Boys. And well, Pat Boys is doing fantastic work here to keep FC United just one behind, and there is an FC United player down at the moment. So he is back up now, and FC United will get play going again. Goes forward. Townsend comes way out of the goal from that long ball forward, and he's going to boot out Prone, and then kicks it away from the Prone men to make sure he has enough time to get back in. Prone quickly to Kane, but then tackled and then boot out for another throw in. Prone goes in. He's going to bounce out play. Going to be a goal kick. So we are trying to update the FC United lineup as best we can. And I think is it going to be Townsend to take this goal kick? Sends it long here. Looking for the run of Rawson, and they get a good touch to Falco, looking to burst forward, but just tackle there and goes back to Boys, who's going to get jeered a bit from the fans, but he just pass it out. Rawson almost tackled the defender, he's putting some pressure under him, and he's got the ball on the right-hand side now, Rawson. Lays it off here, and here comes McCaskill here, looking for the shot. It's blocked, I think he may have come his arm from that rebound as well, but nothing given, and then something is given. I think that he spotted it there. And Stocksbridge are getting the chances again now. So back here into defence, DeFalco, who's been great since coming on, probably being his best pre-season performance so far as he puts some pressure on FC United there. Goes back in the central defence and then back to the keeper, Boys, who sends it long. And then headed away by the defence. Novak looks to get on it. Spins away. Beautiful spin move, but then loses it then to Jones. Big test for Ollie Novak today against FC United. Good. And is it on the right-hand side behind Lemon? Lemon bursting forward here. Looking to find the cross in, and he just can't get a clear touch onto it. Goes out of play for a goal kick. As it looks like it's going to, just as I feel like I've caught up with FC United's team, they're bringing some subs on. So it looks like Pelinikas is coming on, and McLaughlin. Hartley is coming off. So Palinkas, I think that was actually one of those that does test a non-league commentator. So it's into the defence. It's a good win in midfield. Dev Turner gets tripped as he goes through it, but as our team currently has about 2 more people than it actually should have in it, I think. God knows what we've got wrong at the moment on there. But so Turner has the free kick here. Quite deep. It's going to be a short one into the box here. DeFalco can't control it. And FC United rob it, and they're going to look to get on the counter attack here through Ennis. But then Goodwin gives away the foul there. You know, it's Goodwin here that gives the foul away. It's an attempt at a short corner. This is the time to practice them to see if you can catch a team out with it. But it didn't work out on that occasion. Onto the left hand side here, trying to pass it through, but well into Grayson, who clears it away. Rawson has a good touch to get in, but he just can't get past Oliver there, and then it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Curtis Jones, the captain, has gone off there as well as Hartley. I think we've only got 1 more person on that team sheet that we have that isn't on the pitch at the moment. Might be the truth. I can't see the number 7, so I presume it's Dimitris. Great. Switch over to the left-hand side here to Guy. And then his ball in is blocked, and it's going to be a throw-in on the left-hand side. But here comes another cross from United after the throw-in. Punched by Townsend. Going to go to the edge area, but headed back into the box, then headed away. And McCaskill's going to chase it down to Gooden, who clear it out. And the ground's gone to Novak, who makes a good touch. And Novak's going to press forward, evades a challenge. Spins away from one challenge, spins away for the second goal, passing it back to McCaskill. Lovely class from the 18-year-old who's come through the Steels Academy, part of that unbeaten under-18 season last year, and has been given terms with the team for first team terms. Here to the middle here. As they go from the mid, try to go through the middle and back into central defence. Here with Ennis, who was getting shouted out quite a bit by his manager there, but seems to have survived it as they switch play here to Zuck. Takes a good touch, knocks it over Tinker's head, and then gets it to Morris, who chests it down, but then Tinker will go to tackle, and Tinker earns a foul off him and gets a free kick. So with 72 minutes gone in this game, it's 2-1 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. FC United had a great rally coming out into this second half. They could have easily got it to 2-2, or even perhaps even to 2-2 and then 3-2, potentially if they had got the equaliser. But their chances have been limited. Stocksbridge have had some good chances and weren't too far off scoring themselves. It's Pat Boys who's been having a fantastic game in that FC United net. To inform Jordan Lemon that he's been told he can get a pint for free if he scores. As Townsend sends the ball on, but it's going to go right back out of play, throwing deep inside the FC United half. We'll be throwing at right back here. Throwing goes to the right back side, and Steels will continue to press through Rawson and Novak here. Flip long here, looking for Cogsville, heads it back with Turner, has loads of space. Turner's going to let it out to Lemon on the right-hand side. He's going to look for the run here of McCaskill on the right-hand side. McCaskill's going to stumble over, but the free kick it's the throw is going to be given the other way, and I think it was going to be a free kick more the other direction, if anything. Poor pass, it almost gets caught by Stocksbridge, but it forced them to clear it back to Stocksbridge. Then Stocksbridge lose the ball and give it to FC United, so it's back in their midfield now. Clip long, chase on in the middle now, but Oglesby's probably going to cover that one and allow Townsend just to boot it out, and it's just going to come right out, and he's going to get close to. Ooh, good goalkeeping from David Bradley in the stand here as he blocks that from hitting the media bench, and some very expensive commentary equipment, not from just me, but from FC United here as well. Throw goes in the middle then. Back to Zuck and then across central defence. As Dave. Good goalkeeper from Dave Bradley. He's going to be now registered for the season, just in case we get injuries. As Zuck's fighting for the ball with Tinker. It's a big fight. Tinker gets a last touch. There is a slight appeal from the crowd for a penalty. Nothing given, and it's going for a goal kick. So we have to call that brilliant goalkeeping. But brilliant defending, from the Steels. As the FC United fans have just rallied into some noise here. As it's given now back to Townsend. some great duels in this game. Stocksbridge have obviously been brilliant throughout. You know, had the moment where FC United were on top, did get the goal, but then it's been quite strong defence, I think so. Townsend will send it long. Rawson is going to keep it in, but only keeps it in for FC United in the end, as it's going to get passed back, and then Luke Falco's going to challenge it as it goes all the way back to Pat Boys now, but he's going to pass it back here to Ennis here, who's going to carry it forward and then gets it to the left-hand side with Hall now. Gets tackled, and it's a good tackle here. As McCaskill's trying to get through, but he's been blocked up by two men, and then eventually, as they get it away, Goodwin charges down his throw in here for FC United. 75 minutes gone in this game, 2-1 to Stocksbridge Park Steels at the moment. Last goal coming from Max Kane for FC United. Clip long here from FC United. Header sideways by Tinkers. We're more backwards here. Lemon's going to have to go and cover it. He's got some pressure here from Fitzmartin as Lemon continues to force back, but then Lemon gets pushed over. No free kick given. Fitzmartin's going to get a chance to go through, but Lemon's recovered well, tackled it, gets applause from the crowd for it, and clears it away. Gets it up to McCaskill, tries to get the touch round Hall, but Hall covers him well, and it's a poor forward to Turner, who tries to get to Novak. Novak fights for it, but he's not tall enough to fight for an experienced Northern Premier League defender like Palinkas is. Back in the defence, and they're going to switch play here to Palinkas. Takes a few touches and then gets it back into central defence. Still here with Ennis now. He's going to carry it forward. He's clipping it to the right side here, looking here for Zuck. Back it past Tinker, and then into the centre. It's great play here. Gives it to Morris. Morris takes a shot. It's deflected and out wide for a throw. It's great play here from FC United, who broke into the box well, but good defending from the Steel stopped that shot from getting close to Townsend. On the right hand side here, so throwing goes in. Back here to Zuck, then into defence and over to Ennis. He's going to look first time volleying it right to the left hand side. It's going to bounce over the head of Hall and out for a Steel's throw. It looked like a good pass to begin with, but too tall for him. And it's going to be a throw for Lemon taken. Lemon here, not exactly moving with much pace to go get that throw in. I think Sam Ewins is standing. I wonder if he's keeping an eye on Lemon's movement here. Lemon did have problems with his groin last year. God, Pontefract. Don't know if they're facing Pontefract College, but having a good pre-season friendly, winning 5-0 at the moment. Now the referees is having a talk. He's had a whistle just to pause game for a while, so not sure what Lee Hibble's saying. But whatever he said it. So the game will continue now with Lemon's throwing. Throwing down the line, headed on by Rawson, but back into midfield for DeFalco, back to Rawson on the right side, trying to beat his man, but it's come off the back of AFC United, standing out for a throw in here for the Steels. Just want to take this time to thank all of our sponsors. Without our sponsors, this club would not exist. If you want to sponsor the club, please go to stocksbridgeps.co.uk. Okay, so that's where you can sponsor us. There is player sponsorship here. That is very loud whistle from the FC United manager, the one that might have just pierced your ears. So as the ball goes long here, we'll just pause here for DeFalco putting the ball across, but it's come off. Well, forced to come off an FC United. I think it's going to be a goal kick here. So the sponsors to tell you about, we got Airflow, UC Bill, Presto, Steel FC, DB Sports, Future Fires, Gemfab and Bradford Brewery. Thank you to all of them for their support this season. Without them, we would not be a football club. We would not exist going into this season. And we would love you to join the Steels family as well. So please do sponsor us. You can even sponsor our highlights that we'll have when the season gets going. So back here for boys to take. As we have seen a substitution. Lemon, who did look, we noticed look quite slow going to the throw-in, has been come off, and Ty Baker has replaced him. Going to go into the defence here. So FC United are going to take forward. Ennis carrying it away. And he's going to just take it himself. If no one's going to press him, because he's carried it into the own half, tries to slip pass through. One touch pass in here, and it may have broke through here, but Bailey Baker's going to cover that. And then Townsend will chase that and collect it while an FC United attacker there, thinking of Fitzmartin, was trying to charge onto it. So roll out here for Oglesby. Takes a good touch. Knocks it long here, looking for Rawson. And Rawson might get a beat on him, takes the first touch. Goes back to Plinkas, who lobs it wide. I didn't know Novak's going to try and rescue it. It's just a bit too far for him, but it is going to be a corner kick to the Steels. I should you Novak just doesn't give up. Oh, no. I don't think he knows the answer now. But it will be a corner kick. Curtis Turner will head over to take this set piece. As we enter the last 10 minutes of this match, with the Steels leading 2-1. Turner just taking his time before going over to take this corner as well. And he really is taking his time, the former Pennington Church midfielder. Ian Richards' first signing here, but Ian Richards not here. Mark Fretwell in charge, making a good claim for the manager's job himself as they'll get clipped into the end, but headed away. He's going to be challenging and push in the back there, and that's why you're getting some angry fans, but nothing given. And FC United through Max Kane will counter, and a big crunching tackle there from Jack Tinker is going to see a pre-season yellow card. That's not a thing you usually see, but it's pretty typical. I think it'd be expected for Jack Tinker to get a pre-season yellow card. He does like a big challenge like that. Stops the counter-attack. It would be an absolutely fair yellow card in any game, by the way. It's just because it's a bit unusual to see it a yellow card in pre-season. So it's a free kick just inside Steels off on that left-hand side in front of all our ball boys and the mad amount of media we seem to have here today. So, just to let you know that. So it's back in central defence here. So United will look to build from the back. As we go into the field here, back here to Plinkas. He's going to look to get it cross field here. But poor touch, McCaskill actually on, so he's going to look to get it to Rawson. And Rawson's through here. Rawson here, he's got cover from Plinkas though. Rawson's going to take the shot. And it's just wide of the near post. And you would have thought it actually took a deflection there. It's going to be a corner kick. So it's a good effort from Rawson, but the defender managed to get a touch onto it. It's a corner kick on the right-hand side. So, as you know, FC United, by the way, formed in 2005, does mean that this year they officially can buy a drink at the bar as we go for this, get ready for this corner kick. And just so we can wind our chairman up, Graham Furness, in case he ever listens back to him, the combined ages of Stocksbridge Park Steels and FC United are younger than him. So, Turner here will go for the corner. Outswinger here, looking for Oglesby, but headed away from him. And it's a second header away for FC United. Novak gets the first touch and gets it to Tinker, who's going to look to get it cross field. Can it be kept in there? Newcastle tries, but he can't keep it in. 82 minutes gone in this game. It's 2-1 to the Steels. Back in defence now for FC United. They're looking to pass back for despite some pressing from DeFalco, and they're going to look to get it cross field. More of these dynamic cross field balls from FC United in this half, and that's why they've looked so much better than the first, where their passing was pretty, but not very effective. And it's another good cross field ball here, headed into the midfield, and then Oglesby's able to clear. There's appeals for handball as well. Novak, very heavy touch into the air, and then loses out on the header here to Plinkas. Then into midfield for FC United there. Back to Ennis, and then through to Fitzmartin. Spreads it to the right-hand side to McLaughlin. Takes a touch, right-footed cross goes in. It's a good-looking cross, and there's a header on the end of it, but it's wide, but he probably should get a cleaner connection and make it 2-2 there. Let off for the Steels here. So, Rossington Main have taken the lead in their game. They could be winning their first ever Northern Counties Premier Division game. It's Jordan Buckham scoring there. Back here for Townsend now to take the goal kick. As we get close to the end of this game, we're only 6 minutes away from the end of the match. Steels looking to hold on to claim an impressive win against step-free opposition. Not just step-free opposition, promotion-chasing step-free opposition was what you'd expect anyway. Just seen a player called Jake Hemingway who's got booked for time wasting in the 7-second minute. Come on, Jake Hemingway. Townsend going long here, but head away with FC United. Goodwin will challenge for it, but it's been knocked on by FC United. Going to be chased here by Kane. Kane collects it and he's been allowed to run forward with it as Baker's going to be the one to try and cover him, but Kane's got the pace on him. Kane, though, cannot keep it in and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Kane being he's very quick, Max Kane. Something easy to notice when he comes on. And now it's going to go back to Townsend here, who will be looking to get this as far down as possible. As Steele will now end up in a bit of grandstand finish territory, a bit like they were at Clipston. I'm trying to hold on. Ball just is going to go straight out to play though from Townsend on the halfway line, gives it right back to FC United. Throws it all the way back to Pat Boyd. Looks like we won't see their Charlie's goalkeeper today. As he gets out to Zuck. Zuck's done really well since coming on. Good passing, one-touch passing, gives it back to Zuck, who's moved more centrally. Then back to Ennis. Ennis takes touch, crosses the halfway line here. Then he's going to get it out here to the right-hand side. Then further on to the right way to the right. Then backwards again to Zuck again. Zuck tries to clip it long, but it's back to Grierson, who heads it, well, to Tinker, who heads it off a United man. It's going to be a Steele's throw-in here. Pontefract College win actually 5-0 against Barnsley. Must be the youth team there. A bit like a 3-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. We'll know what that means for our game against Barnsley on Monday. Barnsley battered us last year in pre-season. That Fabio Jallo was fantastic. Ball going forward and Rosen heads it on, but it's going to be collected in defence, but he avoids the challenge of DeFalco there. Oliver carries it into the left-hand side now to Leo, who's going to carry it forward. Well, I think it's Trialist 22 actually, and the passing midfield gets caught out by Novak, but it's opened up a bit here for FC United as McLaughlin moves around, goes to the left-hand side to Hall, takes a touch, and he's trying to beat his man, but it's come off the Stocksbridge, and it's actually come off Hall last. It's going to be a Steele's throw-in. Steele's will probably waste a little bit more time here. As Baker, who's one of the players who's come back on here today, like Luke Rawson had. Baker throwing down the line, but it comes off Rawson before. No, not forward. He's going to be chased down, but it's way too far to chase out for a throw in front of our Steele FC advertising audience. Maybe you can buy an advertising audience on our website. What a thing that would be. Back into defence here. Going to be carried forward, then back over to Ennis, who's going to take the short pass here over to Palinkas. Looks like it's free at the back for FC United at the moment, 3-5-2, as they look to get an equaliser here. But they're passing amongst their own defence at the moment. As Ennis is going to carry it forward. Ennis was in defence midfield and dropped back to centre back as more substitutes were made. Palinkas will carry it forward. Then here into Fitzmartin and some was at passing. Gets it to Zuck. Zuck's going to put the cross on. It's a dangerous looking cross. Volleyed at the far post, but he scuffs it and puts it wide. I think he's connected the ground before he connects to the ball. And because with a clean connection, it'd probably be 2-2. FC United have had a lot of great chances in this second half. And the Steels have been living a bit luckily at times, but they are holding on for now. And it remains 2-1 Stocksbridge Steels in the 88th minute. Townsend will hope to keep this goal kick in play. Townsend, who got interviewed before the game by a YouTube channel that's doing a video on the game. Ball being clipped long, looking for Rawson. Comes off his back, but it's going to go perfectly there to Ennis, who knocks it forward. He's going to go down there, the midfielder, and it's going to be a quick free kick taken. Not a great quick free kick. I think they could have taken a bit more time with it, but Zuck does get it back into centre defence. Stocksbridge return into position here. And now they're going to carry it forward here, trying to slip it through, but into the midfield to Fitzmartin. Gives it here to McLaughlin, looking for the pass across, but blocked by Tinker. Then back here to the 16th Stocksbridge, who's trying to get away to Falco, that is, and he does get away, but only back here to Ennis. And Ennis is going to charge forward, looking for the killer pass in the middle, but Tinker's coming well to clear it and gets it to Rawson. Rawson lays it off to McCaskill. McCaskill, good touch, looking for the run of Novak. Novak takes it to feet, gets the beating of his man. Novak is going to take the shot, but I think he slips a bit as he takes it, and it's going to get collected here by Boys. Lays it to the left-hand side here. 89 minutes gone. We are a minute from the 90th, and we don't expect stoppage time. I would not expect anyone. was in the middle, clipped over the top, no one there. Grayson's going to cover it, and he's getting pressure Grayson, much like that first goal, but this time he just puts his laces through and boots it out of play for a throw-in. Lee Hibble there just checks the watch, and we're going to have the throw-in. It goes across here to Palinkas, carrying it forward. FC United throwing men forward, trying to see if they get a last-minute equaliser in this friendly. Going to get it across to the left back. Nicole, as they continue to build down the left-hand side, they're close to the box now, passing it back. Trialist gives it here to Fitzmartin. Fitzmartin, who seems to be everywhere, tries to clip it into the box, goes here to United, poor touch, and it's cleared, and then Novak's going to get it, and Novak gets tackled though, and the pressure's going to remain on. Going to carry it on, and then it's back here to Ennis. Ennis is going to look to switch play, but the pass is poor, looking for Zuck, and it's going to go out for a goal kick as we enter the 90th minute here. So Townsend won't be spending too long. You know it's near full time because Neil Reynolds, FC United manager, is getting his jacket on, ready to go. So back here for Townsend to take. We would expect the full-time whistle to go at this, but it could go a bit longer. Depends if Lee Hibble's enjoying himself in the middle there. Long, he is enjoying himself. He's going to continue, but no, there we go. There is full-time. Stocksbridge Park Steels have won 2-1 in their penultimate friendly against FC United Manchester, beating higher league opposition and remaining unbeaten in pre-season. The first goal came from Luke Rawson. He tried a bit of a sighter when there was no option on, and he drilled it into the bottom corner. And then just before the end of the half, Thomas Poole scored a fantastic free kick to make it 2-0. Now, Max Kane was able to make the most of a mistake and round the goalkeeper to score to get one back for FC United. But in the end, the Steels have won 2-1 in this game. Their unbeaten pre-season continues. They get an impressive scalp on the way to the start of the season. We'd like to thank FC United for the travelling to the game today, for any FC United fans that are listening to this. Thank you to all of you that are listening. Thank you to our sponsor, Jason Rawson, Carpet Fitter and Supplier. And thank you for the players for a fantastic match. I've been Adam Allcroft, your commentator today. We will see you on Monday for our final friendly against Barnsley 11. See you then.